We're live. We are live. Welcome everybody, or welcome back. Welcome back. This is Nikki with Homeschool Knockouts. We are jumping right into this, guys. We don't have time to waste. No time to waste. Let me just fix my little lighting over here so I don't knock it down. I have my story bell. I have my little drink in the tumbler that my lovely niece made for me years ago because I am the queen bee, at least in this hornet's nest of a house that I have. And I have a lovely candle with beautiful aroma that I love. And I'm good. So I hope you guys have all of your stuff to make you feel comfortable. But first, let's do a sound check. If you can hear me and see me well, please put a 1 in the chat. What's up, Hassan? I haven't seen you in a minute, brother. I hope everything's going well with you. I always appreciate all my old heads that stop by and check in every now and then. It's always good to see your face in the place. Oh, my night bot is working. Okay, guys, look. I'm starting off 2024 with intentions, good intentions. And I spent forever trying to get this night bot to set up and I couldn't get it to work. Now it's working. Okay. Stop spamming symbols warning. Oh, not bot. Don't talk to Hassan like that. We're not going to have that. He was being on point. Okay. So as you guys come on in, I know this is a different day and a different time than my usual Friday night lives, but just we have to work with what we have to work with because I have a lot going on this evening. I hope everybody is doing well. What are we talking about today? Well, let me take a swig. And this is just flavored water, kind of. We are talking about your word or phrase of the year for 2024. Now, why am I bringing this up? Yes, it's the end of the year. Everybody's setting resolutions and goals, and they have their vision boards and things like that. But as one person on my Instagram, I think her handle was anti-social planner. I'm kind of in that vein, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why. But first, I want to start with stories. You know how we like to first of all, let us know where you're coming from. You know how we like to say wherever you're coming from in the world, the universe, the hemisphere, the continent, whatever, let us know where you're coming from because that helps to build tribe and community, and it allows you to find out if there's someone in your neck of the woods who can relate to anything that you're doing. We got Anya from California, so that's my sister down south. With you're right down the 405, girl, right? All the way south. So that lets other people know, other people that are in their neck of the woods. All right. Oh, also, I'm pretty lousy with this, but I do have the link if you want to come on, some of my old heads, and I shouldn't call you old, some of my seasoned watchers. Anya, you guys want to come on in? I have a link to join the live. It can be totally audio or audio and video, but that is in the description box below because for some reason I can't make it an active link in the comment section. So if you guys want to come on in, let us know. We got Hassan coming from the East Coast, Boston. Is it snowing out there? Because I know you guys are getting some serious weather out there, or it's on its way. But I hope not. I watched Ryan Hall, y'all, the weather guy, and I just saw he had this. And shout out to him for the birth of his second son. That weather is coming in towards you guys over there. But listen, so we like to start the show with identifying what area you want to be in, and you can be tongue in cheek. You can say Middle Earth, the Sirius star system. It doesn't matter. Just have fun with it, if you will. Also, we like to start with a story, a testimonial, a win, however small. We like those micro wins, just so. No, not yet. Good, but I know you'll be ready just in case if that does happen. But we like to start with wins. Wins. I'm so country. WINS. And that helps to show other people what a win looks like and to let you know that what you might consider not a win is really a win. Okay. So it's to big you up, it's to give you awareness. And so whenever you share a win, why does my bell look blue on here? Because it's totally green here. And actually, it's green, but my usually my green screen will hide anything that's green. I guess it's not a true green. But anyway, so when you share your story, we ring the bell for your success and your continued success. So if anybody wants to come in and share a story, go ahead, or I will get it off. I will start it off. And now I wasn't planning on doing this, but I guess I'm going to do it now just to get you guys thinking about stuff. Okay. So here's my win. And let me see. Which one do I want to show? I have a couple of wins. Number one, I got a new lip gloss. And it's perfect. And so I can easily put it on. It makes me feel good. It tingles my lips. And so it makes me want to do stuff to my face so I can feel good. So that's a small win for me. That's a vanity win. But okay, I guess I might be showing this sooner than I thought. So you guys know I've been working on a project for over 18 months. Just baby steps, right? I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you my win. And I was going to do a reveal in January, but I guess I'll reveal it now. All right. So this is the preliminary cover, the preliminary cover of, cover of my book cover of my book coming out. Can y'all see that? This is my book. Yes, you see my name and everything, although it's part of my name, not my full name. But this is my book. I was going to do a book reveal later, but I'm going to show you my small win. And why it is a small win is because I am not a book cover designer. If y'all like my book cover, show me some love, because right now I have it with a couple of other authors who are critiquing it. But I hired an illustrator for the picture, but I did the book cover design, and I did it a little bit each. Is it raining? It was raining all day this morning. But anyway, so this is my book that's coming out February 2024, When Life Gives You Homeschool Lesson Plans. You're from chaos to calm, the humorous and practical handbook for stress-free homeschooling. And what do I say here? You'll get there, because you will. Okay. So this is part of a book series, and it's called the Homeschool SOS series. Y'all see all the drama going on in the picture, right? Because this was my house at one point in time, and just juggling everything. But you notice I had lipstick on right here, right? I always have to have lipstick on. All right, so that is my small win. I've been working on that cover forever, and I finally was brave enough to show it to people to judge. Not you guys, this other group that I'm in, this author group. And look, I'm putting this on my vision board. So, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. So that, oh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So that is my win. Not that I wrote this book that took me over 18 months, but because I just did things I had absolutely no business doing, or rather I had no idea what I was doing. And I just did a little bit each time and figured it out. Does anybody else have any wins you want to share before we go on? All right. Let me grab my flowers from y'all. Let me stroke my feathers. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anya. Thank you. Who is this? You have to let it go. What? Okay. You know what, Hassan, I'm sorry about that night bot. I might have to put it in timeout. I don't know why. Okay, I just put the night bot. I just banned it because I don't like how the night bot is talking to you. I'm gonna have to reprogram it or something. Okay, so let's move on. If you guys, if you feel like you want to share something later on throughout the live, that's fine. And if you want to come on, Hassan, if you want to come on, the link is in the description box. Click that, and Uh, and you should be able, it'll take you like backstage or whatever, and then I can let you in. Okay. All right. So, my word of the year, and it's really a phrase. Okay. It's a word. It's actually just 3 words. It's not even a phrase, but it's a word. And that word is phoenix. Now, I know some of you, probably most of you know what a phoenix is. And it's not the phoenix lights and it's not the city. It's the bird that rises from the ashes and takes off, right? So it is like a rebirth. It's a reinvention of oneself. And I've always been inspired by the phoenix, the dragon phoenix. People put a lot of intentions with the word phoenix. But for me, reinventing myself from an educator into an author is my phoenix, is me coming out of my ashes. And it wasn't enough just to be this noun, this phoenix, right? I had to have action behind it. A word is good, okay? This kind of goes to what I was saying in the description box about how to choose a word or a phrase. Now, if you guys did my book club um last year or the year before, James Clear, Atomic Habits, an amazing book. This book allowed me to get my book written. And actually, I've already started on my second book, but I had a lot going on. And just doing something a little bit at a time allowed me to start reinventing myself. But what James talks about is whenever you want to make a change, y'all, listen, because this is really key, especially with these resolutions, or you have a reunion coming up, or you have a wedding, any major event, you're trying to make some kind of change, and you're frustrated because it doesn't become permanent. Oh, hold on, guys. There's a reason why. And the first reason, well, let me just tell you my other 2 words, and then I'll tell you why I chose those 2 words. So phoenix is the main word. And then the 2 words, like the wingmen on the side, are discipline and consistency. Because even though I have this, you know, glorious, fantastical, mesmerizing image of what this phoenix is, if I don't have the discipline to start on these actions to make this change, and then if I don't have the consistency to see those actions through toward the end, then the phoenix is just going to go back into the flames. It's not rising. So for me, the discipline is to be able to start your plans, and the consistency is to be able to finish your plans. Okay. Now, in between the start, which is discipline, and the end, which is through consistency, is this, right? And there are four ways you make that happen. Now, I'm not going to make this an Atomic Habits video. We can definitely do like a recap of it, like in a funny kind of way, because I've really taken this and used it, and the proof is in the pudding. But like right now, I have this stuff all over my house, okay? For my kids and for me. Whenever you're making a change, right? You have to make it obvious, which is where vision boards, vision books, something that you make on Canva on your phone, which is what I'm going to do now. You have to make it obvious where you see it. Now, let's just stick with the first way of choosing your word, okay? Um, one thing that James talks about in here, when you're trying to make a change, you want to change not just the habit, but the person. So, for example, if you want to stop smoking, you don't say, "Oh, I want to stop smoking." You say, "I'm not a smoker." So you have immediately placed the emphasis on you as a person, and not on the action of, "I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to have that cigarette." You placed it on you, which is more fulfilling. There's more buy-in, and then you're more likely to follow through, because now it's you, right? It's you. I'm not a smoker. So when someone's offering you a cigarette, it's easy for you to say, "I'm not a smoker." Even if you don't believe it, you just, once you keep saying it and doing the actions that reflect that you're not a smoker, then you believe it. So when you're choosing your word, you want to think of, what is it that I want to change? Is it Is it something where I want a good behavior to happen, or is it something where I don't want this bad behavior to continue? And then you decide from there, okay, what kind of words can I use to craft that, right? All right. Any questions so far? Okay. So for me, I knew that my homeschooling and y'all, I will have, believe me, for 2024, I have so much stuff for you guys. I have a couple of announcements. But for me, I knew that my homeschooling journey was coming to an end. I just didn't know when, but I knew within the next 1 to 3 years, it was coming to an end. And I wanted to transition into things that I had always wanted to do, but I just really couldn't give 100% because, I was homeschooling my kids, right? So I looked at what I liked. And if you guys remember, I talked about herbalism, and I kind of briefly touched on writing, but I don't know if you guys caught that. And when I sat down and thought, you know what, this is who I am, this is what I've always done, just quietly, let me stop being shy about who I am. I am an author. I am a writer, and let me claim that. And so I did little by little by little writing my book over 18 months. And but I made it obvious. So I had all these, look at all these stickers like about how to do books and ads. I mean, I have this stuff all, make sure no personal information. Okay. This stuff all over to reinforce whenever I wake up until when I go to bed. This is who I am. Not I got to do this, I want to do this. This is who I am. So when you're trying to choose a word, if it's just one word, like I had discipline and I had consistency. Well, that doesn't define you as a person, right? So what is it that you want to do that requires, say, discipline or commitment, or good health, whatever it is, tied into you. So say if you want to be or you want, money, all the typical things, wealth, health, relationships, all of that. Try to find a word that embodies what that is, but not the action. So if you want to be in good health, instead of saying, oh, I want to eat healthy, which is really vague, I want to be healthy, you can flip that and be like, oh, I'm going to be I am a healthy eater, right? Now that sounds kind of lame, but you can always dress it up, but you're putting it back on you and not the action. Now, what does it take to be a healthy person inside and out? You can always just Google it and dress it up, but you got the gist of it. So now you look at, okay, what's one thing, what's an action that I can take to make it obvious that I'm a healthy eater? Okay. Does that mean I remove sugar from my house? Or does it mean that maybe I don't do seed oils, or maybe I eat, more fruits and vegetables? So you start back engineering that. And now when you choose your word of the year, you can really own it. I hope that's making sense. But you make it obvious. So now it's osmosis. You keep seeing it, you're more likely to do it. And then once it's obvious to you, right, you make it attractive. Like, go to the store and get maybe some exotic fruit that you never had, or maybe you know you try maybe green's your favorite color, so you get green apples. Anything that makes it really something that makes it attractive to you. Or maybe you get a nice bowl to hold your fruit that you put on the counter. So now it's really attractive. So now you can go downstairs into the kitchen, like, oh, look at all those apples and oranges in that nice blue, sparkly, crispy, bowl from Home Goods. So you can really be really intentional with your word of the year. Now, back to making it obvious. Now, I have done vision boards for years. I first started doing vision boards when some of you might know of Erin on Demand. She's a big YouTuber, and I followed her when she had like 10,000 people. Now she's like 300,000, 400,000, and she would do her vision boards, well, at least one year, and she would put the vision, all the papers and stuff, in a picture frame and hang it on the wall. Now, I used to do that. I have a big cork board right here, and I'm not even lying. I'll show it to you. I'll show you part of it. Hopefully, it doesn't fall down. Oh, no, it's not moving. All right. And this is a green screen, but when you enter into my studio, my vision borders are right there. So everybody that comes through, they see all my business. And I kind of really didn't like that because when I decided I was going to write, I put how many words a week, a day that I needed to do. I put my favorite, my inspirations. And so what did my kids say every time they saw that? Hey, mom, did you do 5,000 words today? Hey, mom, did you do five? And so they just kept asking me about my goals, and I didn't like that. It was like an invasion. So I found that people started doing vision books, right? Which I like because it's more personal. You can carry it around with you, and which is making it obvious, right? And if you get a really nice, attractive cover, now it's attractive for you, right? Now, the only thing is, I started looking at vision boards online and information overload, and I saw that a lot of people were doing digital um, vision boards. So they would go onto Canva, which is like it's like a platform where you can go and create videos, thumbnails, things like that. You can create art, images, all kinds of things, and they would save it and they would make it the screensaver on their laptop or on their phone. Now I am going to do that, but I think for now I'm such a hand to paper kind of person. I'm just going to keep my vision book going, and then eventually once I have some things in here, I might take a snapshot and then put it on my phone to remind me, but I'm okay with this. And so when I was saying in the description box, to get going with this, all you need is just a notebook and maybe some colored pens, which I have a couple, some colored pens, and that's it. All right. And then each day you just write something where it reinforces that change that you're trying to make, because you have to be accountable. Now, if anybody wants to come in, jump in on the live and share any stories, or if you do vision boards, if you don't, if you're anti boards, if some things have worked for you in the past, please come in and share, because for me, um, I I'm finding that working in secrecy works really well for me. Y'all know, because I haven't told y'all a lot of stuff that I've been doing. So it works well for me, because now here's the dark side of shouting out your dreams, your goals, and things like that. Especially if you go to like a vision board party, which I've been to. People kind of, and they might have good intentions, but sometimes people, they want to, poo poo on your goals or your dreams, especially if you're maybe a little over, if you're not realistic about your dreams, right? Say you want to make six figures this year, or you want to find the man of your dreams, or you want to take this fabulous vacation. People can really dash your dreams and your goals, or they'll be judgmental. So that's why I like this, because my kids, and they weren't trying to be mean, they actually thought they were helping me by saying, okay, did you do that, did you do that, because everything was right there on Front Street. So really consider keeping your visions to yourself. Now, if we switch this to homeschooling, right? This is something where if you have a group of people, or at least one person that you fully trust, you can really share what that vision is. Preferably get with your kids and share goals with your kids. And kids never have a problem telling you what didn't work, what they think y'all should be doing, etc. So I would sit down with that audience and I would be like, with the kids, all right, listen, it's the new year, it's going to be a new us, new homeschool. What are y'all thinking? Then you're going to get blank stares, right? Now it's your turn. Don't go in there half cocked and empty handed. You got to come with some stuff. You have to be like, well, hold on, I'm getting some comments. Okay. Hassan says, Joseph told his brothers his dreams and got thrown in the well. I'm good. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, I am the biggest cheerleader of everybody else's dreams. And I had a really, really, really close friend. And actually, I had a family member each person, they did something big in their life, and they didn't tell me. And they kind of struggled to get there. And then when they finally told me, I was really hurt. I'm like, I'm the biggest wingman. I'll be up at 2 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping, working on your goals. Okay, girl, I found this out. Da-da-da-da. You might want to do this, and maybe they didn't want that. Maybe they just wanted to work alone. But I understand that they wanted to work quietly, but when they told me, it wasn't like, hey, I really wanted to tell you, but I just felt, I just wanted just to kind of work it out on my own. It wasn't like that. It was just like, I don't trust you, so I'm just going to do my own thing. I don't know. I didn't like that. So if you're going to be doing something and you do have close people around you, kind of hint that you're doing something, and you'll reveal or drop some gems later, just so they don't feel some kind of way that you didn't share with them. You wanted to, but you wanted to cocoon it and keep it, to yourself until you felt brave enough, put it on you, brave enough. But the way they did it was like they just kind of said it offhand with other people around, and it's almost like you found out that your man or your woman cheated on you in front of a group of people. Like, yeah, I saw so and so at Ruth's Steakhouse, and you're like, huh? You're finding out the treachery along with everybody else. So I didn't like that. So if you are going to go that route, just maybe drop a little gem that you are working on something. Say, girl, it's clandestine. I'm in my James Bond mode. I'll tell you in about 2 months. At least let them kind of know, but then don't let them know, right? All right. So see, what was I saying? All right, so for homeschooling, so you get your kids together, and now I know, being a former teacher, when you're talking with parents and their kids, you always want to start with the positive things about their child, right? When you're talking to your kids, in my case, it always helped when I started with my hangups with my kids. For some reason, my kids love to hear me talk about my failures, my hangups, my could do better moments, right? Yeah, mom, blah, 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 blah. But for some reason, it helped to, once they agreed, I felt like I had street cred with them. And then the floodgates open. Oh, mom, I think we should do this, or we should have done this, or can we do this? And next thing you know, I'm like, okay, let me get a pen. Let me write this down. No, how you write this down. And then you guys, can decide how we can change going forward. But let me tell you, back in the day, like when my kids were littles, I always had a theme. I had a theme song. If you go back to some of my old videos from like 2013 or 2014, 2015, I talked about theme songs I would have with my kids. So I think the first one I had was the Batman thing. And then the second one, and Batman was like, who wouldn't want to be Batman? He could do everything. He was stealth. He always won the day. He was all black. So my kids love that. So I'm like, okay, we got to be Batman in this situation. So whenever I played the theme a little bit or just hummed it, boom, let's go. And then I think the year after that, or 2 years after that, I had what was it? It was all kind of like war stuff. Oh no. It's an old 1970s show. Not Starsky and Hutch. It's the one with, all my old heads know this. He's a detective. What is his name? He's short, detective. Oh, what's his name? Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Y'all know. Okay, where's, oh, okay, now I'm gonna find out. But anyway, it was, oh, I gotta look it up. James, I want to say his name, James something. But he was a detective, had a very distinctive voice. And Columbo, thank you, Hassan. He was all the bam, boom, boom, all that kind of stuff. Cause my kids like that, because that revved them up, and it was like their battle call. So like you tell, I had all boys in my family. I have. Oh, okay. It's saying YouTube. What's going on here? No, I'm not trying to go live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. So hold on, y'all. I'm watching myself on my phone just to check everything. Oh, okay, I see that the link is active. Oh, cool. It's not when I'm on StreamYard, it doesn't look, it's not active at all, but I can see that it is active for you guys. Okay, cool. All right. So remember the link is in the description box. So let me pin that. So if you want to come on live, you can. And it's not, how do I pin that? It's not letting me pin it. I'll have to learn that another day. Any questions so far? And guys, if you want to talk about anything else, yes, Beretta. Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you, Hassan, for coming through. I don't know how I can pin this. I'll figure that out another day. Anyway, so now if you guys want to jump in and ask me any questions about homeschool or anything else, this could be like an AMA. Feel free to do that. I actually listen, y'all. I'm not kidding when I say that. Now, I had recorded lots of videos over the past year. I have not uploaded them because I did not like them. I went on a bender like the last 4 days. I mean, I recorded every look. I wrote the script and everything. I have done reviews for every writing and rhetoric book in the series. That's 11 books. I did all the Beast Academies. That's where I am. But just that alone took me days. I'm still editing some. I got 2 of them edited, but I'm just going to drop them just boom, 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 just like every other day. So I don't want to overwhelm you. But just know you're by the end of January, there's probably going to be like 20 plus videos just on curriculum reviews, and I will go live, but I'm just trying to get all of these reviews done so I can get rid of that curriculum. So just FYI, if you have questions about curriculum, I'm going to have my hair keeps coming down. I'm going to have this is going to be the play where I drop a comprehensive curriculum. It's about 30 to 35 minutes long, and then I'll have a flip through. So if you just want to just see what the curriculum looks like maybe 8 minutes or less, all right? And then I'll go live. So if you looked at the curriculum or you did the flip through and you have questions, you can ask me about that, okay? And this is to get you ready for the upcoming year, okay? So vision board. Not doing that because it's an invasion of privacy. Now, the phone thing I think is great. I haven't done that yet. So I'm sticking with this because I just don't want to overwhelm myself with too many choices. I kind of forgot what I was saying before. Can anybody remind me about the word of the year? Okay, so I told you mine is Phoenix, discipline and consistency. And then I said I wanted to talk about what else did I say I wanted? Oh, homeschooling. Okay, so with my kids. So theme song. You can pick, okay, y'all. Okay, now I haven't opened this for a reason because now I had a birthday this month. I am at a particular age, and I'll never share because I'm a Southern lady and we never reveal our age. No, not even physical attributes, nothing. We deny everything. But for some, I don't know how it got into my algorithm on Amazon, but Dynasty came up on my Amazon playlist. I don't know, I don't even think it was like a re-release or anything like that. And it's not the new Dynasty. This is the Dynasty from the early 80s, barely out of the 70s. And I said, well, this is interesting because in my Phoenix phase, right? So last year it was transitioning from educator to author. And then this year I got a little bit more personal about just me and just how I want to go forward the second half of my life, right? And so I wrote down 3 names of 3 women that I've always loved. And I call them my triple D's, right? That is Miss Diana Ross, Miss Diane Carroll, and Miss Dolly Parton. I love all 3 of those women. I grew up on them. Diane Carroll was the sophisticated, elegant one. Diana Ross was the creative with an air of mystery about her, gorgeous. And then Dolly Parton was the gaudy, in your face, just doesn't bite her tongue, gorgeous femme fatale in a way. So I loved all of these women, and I love that they were bold and they took care of their looks. They were very proud of their looks, and they knew how to shoot whiskey with the best of them, walk a runway, uh tear down a woman who was trying to tear her down, and they would do it with grace and a smile. I said, I love this. I'm reinventing myself like Madonna. And lo, lo and behold, my phone, your phone listens to you, right? So next thing you know, open my phone, like, let me watch a video because I'm taking a break from all this doggone recording, and Dynasty comes up. I'm not kidding y'all. I'm like, Dynasty. Now uh I've seen like pictures of the new Dynasty, the new era, but I think that's on Netflix. I'm not sure. Wasn't interested in that. But this one came up on my timeline, or whatever you call it, on Amazon Prime. And I said, yeah, okay. I can go further into why that is. And then some of y'all might get scared away. But anyway, so I said, I now have to start making it obvious. So what have I done? I've started surrounding myself with things that put me in that mindset of a woman that's like a Dolly, a Diana, or a Diane. Wait, Diane Carol. Diana, Diane, and Dolly. And so you notice, um, just anyway, I'm just doing little things that just put me in that mindset of women of that era. So that's a reveal. That's a little vulnerability that I'm sharing with you guys, because that is something that I really want to transform, like really transform myself into these women that I've honored and revered for so long. Does anybody want to share anything? Yes, Diane Carroll wasn't, yes, she was in Dynasty. She sure was. And she rocked it. She rocked it. I'm on season 2. Joan Collins comes in at the last episode, I think, of season 1. And now she's in season 2, just full of just drama. But yeah, I haven't gotten to Diane Carroll yet, but I know she's coming. She's coming. So it's like Dynasty, it's Dallas, Knots Landing, just women who um, they had mystery, they had an aura about them, they were well respected by men and very feminine. They really rested in their femininity and in their siren status. So I love that duality. So, totally off topic from homeschooling, but you're still a woman, you're still a man, you're still a person. You're not always an educator. But bringing it back into word of the year. So with your family, don't be tied in. It has to be one word or whatever. It could be a phrase. It could be a theme song. Cheers, actually, is a good theme song. Like if you're saying, hey, you know what? This year, I want to reconnect with long lost relatives or friends. I want to, because maybe you're lonely, maybe you're getting older and you're like, you know what? I really want to pare down and just really connect with people I think I can vibe with for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So maybe your theme song is Cheers. Wouldn't you like to get away someplace? Want to go where everybody knows your name? Just something. Think of your favorite theme songs. Maybe it's Friends. Maybe, Welcome Back, Carter. Maybe it's the Jeffersons because you have aspirations to do something, in your life for whatever reason. Think of popular theme songs from movies and TVs and bring your kids into the mix. And number one, you can kind of introduce them to what you listened to or watched growing up. And then that could be a whole nother lesson right there, right? But I think having a theme song, something that they can hear, sing or hum, I think that's a wonderful thing to have. So if you don't want to have a word of the year, have a song of the year and then make that your thing. Okay. Any questions? Do you guys want to share any of your, yep, Jeffersons moving on up? Do you know how many Black folks when I was growing up, because the Jeffersons came out in the 70s, that was kind of like their theme song, because they were like, you know what? When they're at work having to deal with certain kinds of coworkers, they're like, let me just deal with this so I can move on up. You just it's like when soldiers go off to war and they have their war battles, their war cries, or if you're in the military, just and I grew up in the military, they have their cadence, just like live, 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 right, live, and then they'll bring in songs with that while they're doing like their cadence marches and things like that. There's something psychological about song and body movement and how you can use those two um, parts to achieve something, to go forward and to do something, even when you're scared or you're unsure. So having some people call it a mantra, it's just something where it's short and you just say it over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? I know when I was scared, when I was a little girl, when I would be scared because my sisters were older, much older than me. And so they would watch scary movies and they're like, come on, you can come with us. And my parents were like, before they went off to bed, no, you better go to bed. Then they're like, hey, come on, get him. Come watch the movie with us. Come watch Halloween. Come, come watch Freddy Krueger, like really scary movies. And then I have to like, sing myself to, to sleep and to keep, my imagination from going wild. There's a lot of power in that frequency, right? So finding something, and it could be something different for each person in your family, right? But if you have something that kind of unifies everybody, I mean, that's really key. So yeah, so we had, and the Batman didn't have any. Oh no, no, no. Okay, so and then one year it was because we love Britcoms. It was the original Avengers with Emma Peel. I mean Diana Lane, Emma Peel, and Patrick Sneed. But it was Diana Lane that played Emma Peel, and I forgot the gentleman's name. He played Patrick Steed, but just that music, something about that music just put them in that moment. So think about that for a word of the year, okay, and how you can bring that forward, okay. And listen, maybe you might have a word for the quarter or a word for the month. Don't do a week because that's just not enough time to kind of let it marinate and then act upon it. But you could have a word for the month. So maybe your keyword is discipline. And then for each month or for each quarter, every 3 months, you have something more specific that supports that word of the year, or excuse me, yeah, that word or that phrase, whatever you pick. So you can play with it all kinds of ways, okay? But the thing is, you want to make it realistic and you want to kind of put it on yourself. So with your kids, you can have just a family one. Say your stuff has been really chaotic, your kids have been running over you, um, and you need order in the house. First thing I would do, I would look at movies. I would look at what's the theme for, is there anything, any movie that Ridley Scott has done? I would look for the soundtrack and then find the music for that to kind of get you into a mindset. I would say movies before the 1980s, like the Chariots of was it Chariots of the Gods? No, that's Eric von Daniken's book. Chariots of Fire. There we go. Just that iconic kind of music, or if you need words, because that's instrumental. If you need words, baby, MC Hammer has a whole bunch of inspirational words that are really catchy. It's a lot of catchy beats. So you can just take like one sentence and boom, that could just run. You can just run that over and over for a loop. But find that. So if your kids are, if it's your kids or you're like, oh my God, I have to just get it together, then I would go for, that hardcore stuff like those movies where it's very testosterone driven and just so you can kind of get yourself in that mindset to deal with your kids. Now maybe you're a gentle flower and you need something that's not your cup of tea. Well, you're going to have to look at things where you rule the velvet glove over the iron fist. So what comes to mind is Margaret Thatcher, a lot of female leaders of state. I know with let me see, with not just Margaret, but well, see, they don't really have songs though. That's the thing. So that would have to be just a visual part. I personally like music to kind of go with that. So play around with it. But definitely if you're, if your homeschool is actually, quite nice and it's like, you have little ups and downs, but it's nothing, you know, too crazy, you know, put it on you and just make you the word that you focus on, and then let everything that you're doing trickle out to your children, okay, in your homeschool. Okay, now if you're a messy person and you're like, I got to be better organized with my kids, and I want to get out and do more with field trips and things like that, then here you go. I did a video about this, about, okay, I think the video is called "What Kind of Homeschooler Am I?" And that's back in the archives, but it's there. And I think I gave 10 examples of what kind of homeschooler am I. And so I talk about everything from the loud mouth, very outgoing homeschool mom to the very introverted, very, gentle, soft voice, soft spoken um, homeschooler, and how from those two extremes, how to reign over your homeschool. And yes, I said reign because, yeah, you want it to be a partnership with you and your kids, but in the end, you the mama, you the daddy. Okay, so it's um it's a limited partnership, if you will. So, and I talk about how you can be commanding without being too overbearing with your kids if you have a big personality, and without being underwhelming with your kids and they don't take you seriously. So, how to like kind of be in the middle, but still be your own true, authentic self. That goes with you sitting your behind down and thinking. Just take some time to think about you. What is it that I want to change? Okay, yeah, well, okay, my daughter, always rolls her eyes at me when I ask her to do her, her math work. My sons, they say, yeah, mom will do it. And then they go off and play video games. They don't take me seriously. Believe me, my kids have done that to me. They have. Now, I'm the daughter of a Marine and I grew up in the South. They tried that a couple of times. They don't do that no more. And I'm gonna keep that to myself why they don't do that anymore. But they tried it a couple of times. And I said, okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. What was my hair doing over here? But the simplified Marine Corps spirit came out of me, and these hands and everything else. And so we had an understanding. And so there's a saying, and I think it's in Meditations by, is that Mauritius, Aurelius, whatever, some, Latin guy, I don't know, Greek guy, that said, as a leader, you want to be both loved and, you want to be loved, feared, and respected. Or I think he asked, would you rather be loved, feared, or respected? And the answer is all three. But fear is number one, and then love, and then respect. So, and the fear is like if you ever watch Good Times, when the dad James came home, the kids are all kind of doing whatever, and Florida couldn't wrangle them. When dad came home, everybody straightened up. Just the presence of that male, just that figure coming through the door was enough to get people, all right, we're gonna act right, right? And so just having um that fear factor, not like your dad's gonna beat you, but just like, you never know, he's so big, and so that fear factor plays a role. And then the love part, that's where the mama comes in. She cooks, she cleans, she nurtures. You want that love, and so you act right because you want that love of your mom. So then you have the love factor, right? And then the respect factor is almost like um the big, you know, the big fearful guy and then the loving mom. They kind of come down to your level. They identify with you, or they do something that, kind of humbles them, or um, it shows great courage on their part. Maybe they stand up to a boss, or they stand up to another parent who's trying to talk down on your child. Like, you're defending your child, and so now you have the respect of your child. So all of those three levels that is talked about in meditations, really talks about how having all three is key. But if not, work on one and then try to fan out to the others. Okay. Any questions so far? See, Hassan says nothing is more effective than somebody saying, I'm going to tell your father. Exactly. Exactly. And y'all can watch the old TV shows from the 60s. Remember? Actually, what was that cartoon that says, wait till your father gets, wait till your father gets home. And the kids are off to the side saying, we know. It's just, times are changing. Sometimes, the mom's got to be the dad and the mom. But let me tell you, it's still that fear, that authority figure. So you can kind of figure out how to get a little bit of that in. And note, a lot of it is just follow through, follow up. You say you're going to do it, then you better do it. But make sure before you say you do it, you're able to do it. So if you say, I'm going to take your phone away for a whole week, and then you take it away on Sunday, and then Monday, your daughter's like, oh, but we have something going on at school, and the teacher's going to text us because we have to do whatever. And you're like, okay, well, you just have it for today until your teacher sends you guys a notice or whatever, or there's something going on and you need your daughter to be in the loop so she knows what's going on. And then you give her the phone back, and then she has it for the rest of the week. Okay, no, the thing is, it's like, okay, well, I guess you're gonna have to go old school and go to your friend's house and find out what's going on, because you're not gonna call her on this phone. There you go. So now you're establishing that authority figure. You have follow through, and eventually you'll have the respect of that child, because they're like, okay, she's no nonsense. She says what she's going to do, and she does what she says. So being consistent is a great way to earn respect. Okay. Any other questions? Let me see. So we are at 52 minutes in. So I wanted to have all of this big fancy stuff to do, like work with me and do this vision board. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to put myself out there anymore. And then I was reading about the vision book, which I think is a great idea. Now I have, let me show you. Now I do journals. Let me just try to find all of them. And here we go. All these journals. Actually, I have two more over here. And I like looking back on these because, in a way, it's like a book board, because I put pictures in. Like, I put pictures of things I see, like for my living room, or how a woman is nicely, put together. And I'll just take pictures, screenshots, and I'll just print them, and I'll just throw them in my book. As a matter of fact, hold on. I have a whole, if I can get to it. So I have a binder. That's how much stuff I have. So really, I've been doing like vision books forever. But let's see. I got some up here. Yeah, let's see. Now this is from 1999. Believe it or not, y'all. You can tell it's old. But no, I just collect pictures and quotes. Look at these are private pictures. But anyway, just look. I would, back in the day when people would do business cards, if I saw something that was soothing to me or just made me feel good. I'm trying to pull this stuff out so you can see. Okay. I would take pictures of that. I'm trying to pull things that you can't see the address, which, yeah, well, the name of it, you'll know where it is, and it's right by my house. So I'm not going to show that. Anyway, I'm going to put this back in. So anyway, I'm not going to make this, any longer. If you guys want to ask me any homeschool questions, anything about anything, whether it's about curriculum or if it's about how to use curriculum, or you got something going on in your household that you want to get an opinion on, you can come with me like that. But just know, going into 2024, I'm putting all of this curriculum out, because actually my highest rated videos are all my curriculum reviews, and I don't have that many. I think maybe 10, but I'm going to but I only did it for just math and writing, so I'm going to expand that out. But if you guys have any homeschool questions, now's the chance. While you have me, now's the chance to ask me. If you want me to grab something, I probably have it right here. Here, I'm going to take a picture and just show it to you really quickly. All right, let me go up here. Let me show you just this is what I'm about to show you are the reviews that I did. Okay. I don't think I can get all the whole pictures in. Okay. All right. Let me make it bigger. Can y'all see that? So I did all these reviews. Can you miss? Well, you know what? Some of the books are green and I have that green screen. So everything that's green is a math book. It's Singapore math. You can't see that, but that's a whole second. It's actually more up there. So if you want to ask me something, go ahead and get that in. And then starting January, um, I will be, since my book is done, I actually have more time to be more present on social media. So my book is done. It is off to the proofreader, and then I have to send out these advanced reader copies. And believe me, when you're self-publishing, there are so many things you have to think about. Like, for instance, like I didn't know, like the difference between white paper and cream paper. Cream is a little bit thicker, and your book will be actually bigger if you have cream paper. Cream's usually for nonfiction, and white is for. I mean, cream is usually for nonfiction, and white is for fiction. I mean, white is for nonfiction. Cream is for fiction. So, but my book is nonfiction, so just all kinds of things you just didn't know about. So if you are so now that I've learned all of these things, and I'm just waiting on people to give me like blurbs for the back of my book. I can like really be more present with you guys, and be more active. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Anya says, did you tell us what you are using for science at the moment this year? Okay, so Anya, I guess I'm going to do breaking news right now. I'm a retired homeschooler. My last two kids, my oldest one, he's a junior in high school. So this year, my ninth grader and my seventh grader, well, my ninth grader, there was a program at the school that he really wanted to be a part of, just like my son wanted to be a part of the football team. So he went off to school. So this son wanted to be a part of this wonderful program, and he absolutely loves it. It's like 4 days a week, and he is over the moon. Like, he has a 3D animation class out in LA, and we just signed up for new classes, and he was like, wait a minute, this is going to conflict with my other class at school. And then he like sent me gasp as a text message. So, Mom, got to cancel this class because he will not miss it. So I said, that's fine. They'll start. And I'm like, he'll probably come back after the end of the first semester. I'll give him to the end of the first semester. And being in this program, I'm like, oh, shoot, he ain't never coming back, y'all. So, I mean, you never say never, but he loves this program. Amazing mentors. He's around a lot of men, and it's I think he loves it. So he's gonna stay there. And then my youngest, I was like, okay, well, because he's big into football, and he plays for a very highly competitive team. And these leagues feed into the top teams in the nation. And he's like, Mom, I'll probably have to redshirt. I'll just probably go to this football academy, which is almost like a homeschool kind of thing. In my mind, I'm like, oh, cool. that means 2 years if you're going to redshirt. So you're in seventh grade. So I got you for um, eighth grade. Well, eighth grade, you can probably stay at school, but then ninth grade, you'll be homeschooled. So at least I might have 1, maybe 2 years where I can get to homeschool you. So I don't know. So he's just in seventh grade. Eighth grade, we'll find out. And if he is going to redshirt, then I'll get to homeschool him. So so I got a little bit of hope. But right now, all of my kids are in public school. So I think what happened is that my older two sons told my youngest one, dude, as a matter of fact, I know this happened. Dude, you're gonna be home with mom all day by yourself. And I just see my son now because he already has big marble eyes. His eyes probably went like this. He was like, oh no, I don't have any buffers. I don't have any buffers with you two. So he packed up his suitcase. He put his hobo stick with the bag on the end, and he was like Tom Sawyer. I mean, like Huckleberry Finn. He was gone. So I'm like, oh, he'll be back, a couple of months, you know. No, because then he found 5 of his football friends that 2 of it are in his class, and one lives next door. And it was a wrap. It's a wrap. So I'm like, dang. So anyway, so y'all, so when you come to that point when your kids might, if they have a skill or they are involved in something where they might be taken outside of your homeschool just because the resources, the access is only to be had outside of the homeschool, just be mindful of that. At least I know in California, like if my sons play basketball or baseball or even soccer to a degree, they wouldn't have to go to public school because they have private leagues. And those leagues are seen, and in those leagues, you can go to a D1 school or whatever. But for football, the only sport, there are no private leagues for football, not in high school. So you have to go to a public or private school to play. So for my oldest and my youngest, they'll have to go to one of those schools. Now, my middle son, what he wants to do with intelligence is the resources aren't there in the homeschool community. They are in programs that are associated with a school, and they're some of the best because here we have access to JPL, which is a Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Caltech. I mean, top of the line entities where they have these partnerships with schools. So anyway, that is really I'm still a little bit in denial. I saw all my homeschool stuff. I still kind of homeschool them on the slide, like over the break. I'm like, okay, what we reading, y'all? And they're like, oh, doing homeschool stuff. I'm like, honey, you don't know what kind of mama you got. What we reading. So, not reading books, but it's not the same, y'all. It's not the same. I don't want to say they're gone to the wind, but it's not the same. So anyway, yeah. Oh, those drinks. I had so many high hopes. I'll show y'all my curriculum plans because I plan out 2-3 years in advance just because I know something's gonna come up and I know I gotta back up. That's the military upbringing in me from my dad. He's like, being prepared saves time, money, and lives. So anyway, any questions, any comments? I'm in a fairly good mood. Except from that story. But my baby might come back if I get just one more year with him. One more year. Now, wait a minute. Okay, now that I think about it. Okay, so my oldest is gonna be a senior next year. And I'm like, if you do a gap, this is me just thinking out loud. If he does a gap year, then all these books that I have, I just want to read with them. Just like how we used to do, all of us just sitting around having snacks, just reading. Now they don't want to do anything with their friends during break and stuff like that because they're older. They're 17, 15, and 13. But I still feel like there's still hope because when we watched Leave the World Behind, and for my one son who was antisocial, okay, so I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but Julia Roberts, her whole thing is I hate people. And so I told my oldest son, I was like, hey, we gotta watch this movie. I'm not watching any movie, I'm just gonna chill. I said, man, there's this woman, one of the protagonists, one of the stars, and she hates people. Like she really hates people. All right, well, let's check it out. What's the name of it? So I had to go negative to get him, but we watched it, and then throughout, I was dropping little gems, little Easter eggs, and then afterward, we had our decoding moment, and oh my gosh, all the heartbreak that I felt about homeschooling being a thing of the past, I was like, girl, this is what you'll have for the rest. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. You will have for the rest of your life, just your babies, y'all sitting around. I've taught them how to decode. Okay, Anya, I'm gonna read your comment. And then I'm gonna give y'all an example. So if some of y'all are in this boat, let me tell you how this is not really a sad event. It's really a lemonade event. Okay, so Anya says, retire. I know, retire homeschool mama. I put that on my Instagram account, kind of like a joke. And I was like, I wonder who's gonna say anything. And then I don't ever go on Instagram, just like put a post it up there and I just run and leave because it's too much social media for me. And so I don't look at it. So I don't see it. But just reading your word, Anya, retired homeschool mama, I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I'm just a pause. You know how during their presidential elections, the candidates are like, oh, I'm gonna pause my campaign. Like, you dropping out. But no, I'm gonna pause my homeschooling. I love how you were able to pivot into writing your book. I'm sure the homeschool journey coming to an end and it is, my goodness, y'all. When I think about, I kind of have those flashbacks, like when there's a series finale for a show that's been on the air forever, and then they have that collage for like the last or the second to last episode, and I'm like, oh, and then I was going through all my pictures over the winter break. I'm like, oh, I can't take this. I got pictures everywhere. It's a mess, but I'm gonna be disciplined and really start, separating them. But here's the story. Okay. So one thing I liked about Story of the World, now you know how I feel about history text. Now I like Story of the World, but I know his history really well. So I was like, okay, I'm able to look at what they're presenting and then decode it for my kids. But I like the stories, okay, the myths and everything like that. So um, so my kids and I would sit around, read, because they had the audio book. So we just chill, eat, and they'll say stuff. And then my oldest son would say, Mom, hit pause. And no. Okay, hold on. They were listening to it without me. I think I was trying to get all my stuff together because I was unorganized. And then uh they said something about I want to say Henry the seventh or eighth, and something about the Tudors or something like that. And so I have a book on the Black Tudors, right? And there's a Black aristocracy in Europe, but you wouldn't know that, right? So my son pauses it, and I hear him in the other room. He goes, y'all, we can't listen to it until mom decodes it for us. And I was like, oh my God, they already know. So I just took my time just to see how much they were waiting for me. Like, and they're like, come on, mom, we gotta talk about, Henry, whatever. So I said, hold on, let me go get my book. Because I knew exactly what they were gonna say. So anyway, I got the book on what's it, something like this, the something of Florence, because blacks were in Italy, they were in the aristocracy in Russia. So anyway, so I got them. We do our decoding and everything, and I noticed like when there are events going on, they're like, "Hey, mom, let's decode it. That's our word, decode it, and we'll decode what's going on." So we watched Leave the World Behind, and I said, okay, I'm not going to say anything because usually I'll pause the movie and stuff and we'll talk about it. But my husband, it was a family thing. My husband was watching it and he hates that. He's like, can y'all stop talking? And they were all looking at him like, we're black, dad. And then the other one's like, well, we got a little white in us, but the black's taking over because we got to talk. So he hates that, but that's okay. So I'm like, okay, we'll just watch it. But if it's really important, I'll just say something really briefly like, pin that. So anyway, So there were like four obvious things going on in that movie. I'm not going to give it away. And afterward, we talked about it, and they recognized two of them, and then I filled them in on the other two. And I'm like, oh man, I started this as homeschooling for read alouds, anything. And now this is something we're going to have for the rest of our lives. So that one thing, and we'll be able to be consistent with it because there's always something going on, right? In the world or a movie or some situation that happened. So that, Anya, that made my heart really happy that they still remembered and they still came to me and they still wanted to talk about it. So, that was probably one of the best things about our homeschooling journey is that we would sit around and just read and just talk about things. That was by far the best gift I could have given to my children. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this and the word of the year. So I'm trying not to be sad about being a retired homeschool mom. But anyone want to share anything? Nobody has any stories? Share. It is so good to see you, sis. I like all my seasoned veterans coming in. I'm convinced leave the world behind is a sign of things to come. So keep prepping, girl. Listen. Okay, so talking about that Phoenix thing. So y'all know I have another channel. It's my little prepping channel. I don't say that because y'all, okay, I think I said this last year. 2 or 3 years ago, we had a block party. We have it every year. And one of the dads had a drone, and he flew the drone and went over my backyard, right? So we had this block party, and someone made a comment because there are two of us that garden. I garden the most, but he's got some nice stuff. He's from another country. He brings things in from his country. Like he brought me like a fig tree from his country. And so everybody was like, something about can we're fresh kind of out of COVID, I think. Yeah, fresh out of COVID. And then we were talking about the food and stuff like that, all the stuff, masks go in and whatever. And uh they were like, oh, all we had to do is go to Niki's yard because we got plenty of food. I almost dropped my whiskey. I was like, the hell you will. And then I was like, hi. Now I know my neighbors on either side of me know what's in my garden because they can like peek over. But I'm like, you live 5 houses on across the street, way over here, and you're up the hill. And so I found out, oh, so and so he had a drone. We were watching, and we could see everyone's backyard. I'm like, damn, that's why I'm trying to get a homestead. That was one reason why I started that channel because I'm like, I gotta get some land. I'm gonna keep the house here, but I definitely need land so I can be away from people when I don't like them, and I can prep in peace. Like I can't get chickens because our houses are too close together, and it would be like in violation. But actually, I could get it because it would just be a misdemeanor, and I can live with a misdemeanor. I don't care about a misdemeanor, but it's just things like that. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but so the channel. So I do a lot of prep stuff. Food, canning, fermentation, dehydrating, what you should keep in your car and your house in emergencies, things like that. What you should be teaching your children so they can defend themselves, so they can have awareness if things pop off, all of those kinds of things. So I said, to go back to Anya's thing about transitioning from homeschooling to the book, I started the channel because I was like, okay, this is a part of me. This is what I am. I am a P word, a prepper, right? And I don't really want to hide it. But now I've got to because people times, to your point, Shelby, leave the world behind. Now people are starting to get a little bit more, uneasy, anxious, and we're going into a year that's going to be fraught with all kinds of issues. And for a minute, I actually thought about having a channel where I would talk about these things and things you can do to be prepared. But then I don't know because then I got too many people who kind of know what I do, and I don't want them like, oh, you got some new stuff. They shopping by looking at my YouTube channel, right? So, I don't want to have to pull out any tools to use on anybody. So I don't know. So I'll just, I might be a retired homeschooler, but I'm still going to be spreading homeschooling information that while it's still in my head. All right. Absolutely. The relationship is forever and so enriched by you homeschooling them. Oh, thank you for saying that, love. Um, yeah, so same, need chickens, need acreage, need the link to your secret channel. Oh, it's the Messy Homesteader. As a matter of fact, it's in my description box. I have under follow me or something like that, but I'll put it in here. It's the I wonder if it's all underscore. I think it is. Homesteader. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's all underscores. Well, let me pull it up and see. Yeah, so now I was gonna do some clandestine stuff uh for for the chickens, and then somebody kind of blew my cover. Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Let me scratch that. Can I delete that? Yeah, delete comment. That is wrong, y'all. It is the real Messy Homesteader because how dare somebody have that name? Okay, so the and it's no underscore. Ooh, I gotta learn how to type better. Eader. Okay, that's it. So if you want to check that out, I think the last video I did was how to make fire cider. I'll actually have some videos on dehydrating on food. I really want some chickens, Anya. I really do. I have a girlfriend who's in the city next door, and she has chickens, and I saw, I was there when she first got her chicken. She had the box ready and the lambs and everything. I could do it. Every now and then I think about it. My husband's so scary though. He's such a rule follower. He'd probably tell on me. Uh, I need a renegade. But just three chickens, three Easter eggers, and I'll be fine. But I don't know. I might still toy with it and just see like you know, what they say. Like they can write, are they gonna write me a ticket for every day that I have the chickens or what? Because I can always put the chickens like on my patio upstairs, which is really big, and like you can't come to my house. I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know. But believe you me, I was in Oklahoma visiting my mom. I put that picture up of me on the airplane. I was looking at land. Like I'll be in Oklahoma. I prefer to go and get land in Texas where I'm from. But let me tell you, y'all, they buying up land, and it's not people, it's corporations. Um, they buying up land left and right. When I was first looking at homesteading land in 2016, I could get 5 to 10 acres for like $20,000. What is that an acre? I don't even know. Great. Now 2 acres, it's like $80,000. And it's got, it's just 2 acres. That's somebody's backyard in Texas somewhere. I'm like, are you kidding me? Um, it's I looked at places in Missouri because a lot of the other places, like I looked at Florida, I'm like, hurricanes and uh you have homeowners, depending on where I would be. You can't get any kind of insurance because a lot of the insurance companies have just left. Georgia, I used to live in Georgia growing up. I love Georgia. When I lived in Georgia, it's actually my favorite. It was my favorite state to live in growing up because there were wild plum trees, pecan trees everywhere, wild raspberries. There was no reason for you to be hungry at all, just food everywhere. You just pick it off and just eat it. We used to take our bags when the pecans were ready, and we would go down the hill and we just get. We would have like big Kroger size brown bags, like 2, 3, 4 of just pecans. Anyway, but it's that might be if I can get like northern Georgia, not southern. That might still be an option, but I'll probably just do Texas because I'm just familiar with Texas. I have my family's in Texas. I have family in Georgia, but my immediate family in Texas. So, but let me tell you, that land I wish I would have bought years ago. I tell you, because it's crazy. $80,000 for 2 acres. Woo! Okay. Shelby says, why don't you get some quail to start with? Tiny, quiet birds. You know what? There's an Instagrammer and a YouTuber. You might have heard of her. She's called the Yellow Door Homestead. Her name is Miss Asia, and she has quails. And I've been following her. I love her channel, and and the eggs are so cute too. But I was more concerned about my dogs eating them. I don't know why. I saw some video and the woman, her livestock, they free range, and one of her dogs came up and just swallowed a bird. Now I've seen that because where I lived growing up in Houston, I lived on the outskirt of Houston, right on the city limits. So right past my subdivision was country, and so that's where you had all the ranches, and we would go there. If you got eggs, you wanted fresh eggs or milk, and I saw it was a German Shepherd dog and a little baby chick. And he just walked by. And I think it might have been like a runt or like, a sickly. I don't know. It was a St. Bernard, I think. They had a St. Bernard and a German Shepherd. I can't remember which dog just went. Hold on. This little baby chick just just minding its own happy business. And the dog just came by. And I think it was just an afterthought. And the dog just came by, walked alongside, went, bird gone. I was like, get out of here. And I didn't see no chewing. And there was definitely no blood. So I think he just swallowed that little quail one. Well, I think it was the quail. Anyway, but I thought about it. So I don't know. I really want the chickens. So I'll have to weigh that. Maybe I can just get by with 2 chickens. I'll see how my rebelness I gotta get a friend in City Hall to see what the deal, to see how I can do it. I might be able to push it. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. But right now my garden is a mess. I would just have a free range around there, and it's my chickens would be like, can we go back to where we came from? This is the ghetto. They would want to be out. So I don't know. But anyway, so that's my word. I do have a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. The phoenix. And it is, if you guys ever watched what is that show called? The House of Dragons. Thank you. The House of Dragon. Hold on, let me show you my picture. The golden dragon. So they talked about the golden dragon, and this is, come on. I would have printed it, but I'm out of ink. Well, I do have ink because I do that HP Insta ink, but I don't know where the box is, so I got to find it. But here we go. Can I share the screen? Come on. Okay, I think I can. Okay, not to visit the place, so I can pull it up. Okay. Share screen. Nope, that's not it. And share screen. All right, so Google Chrome would like to record this computer screen. Should I do that, y'all? I haven't seen that before. No. Oh, come on. It's not letting me share my screen. Did this update or something? No. Okay, I'm good. All right, can y'all see that? Let's see. Add to the stage. Okay. Make that bigger. No, that's me. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. And I like the red because I still need that into it. I looked at like very feminine golden dragons, and it just doesn't just kind of vibe with me. So I like this this fierce war kind of dragon. But once I find my ink box, I will be printing that out. Oh, No, I said I was going to try to do it on Canva and then save it on my my laptop. Thank you guys. It always helps to talk things out loud. So let me just save it and send it to Canva. I love Canva. All the thumbnails that you see, I use PicMonkey and I use Canva to generate those. So I'm just gonna. Why didn't I think of that? It's so obvious. Okay. So, any questions before we get out of here? Let's see. Have you already spoke about your book? If you have, I'll rewatch what I missed tomorrow. So no need to be. No, I haven't. Okay, so y'all listen. Okay, so my other channel, the Messy Homesteader, the tagline is "Start Messy," and I do that for homeschool. So for the book, I just wanted to start. And so I got really excited and I was reading how to do like a book reveal. And so I started off when I did the video, I just did one video. Um, yeah, I do it's called, I don't know what it's called. Huge announcement. I don't know, but I'm wearing like a pink shirt and I'm trying to be all these different people saying I wrote a book. And then I think I showed the cover, or I think I did like a little a ripped page. Like it looks like a ripped page where you see like just the title or something like that. Come to find out, you really want to do the book reveal when you're about a month out from your book launching. So I was reading so much information. I was getting like so many different information about how far out to do it. So I'm gonna do a re-reveal because this is a long live and not a lot of people are going to watch it. So I'm going to reveal. This is the preliminary. This is the preliminary one because I have it in blue, and then I have it to where the fonts are different, but the image is always is the same. And for the book, there are 3 books in this series, so it's like a cartoon image for each. Yeah, that's my real name, y'all. For each image. So just playing around with that. But no, you haven't missed anything. I'm going to like officially get it going when I do my pre-launch next month. Right now I just been like just working on getting those reviews out because the last pre-recorded video I have is like over a year ago. Everything has been alive. So but no, you haven't missed anything, Shelby. And I'll be talking more about that and things like that. All right. Does anybody, an hour and a half almost. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Because I'll take your questions. I thank you guys for coming in because I know this is you probably already heard about, getting ready for the new year and everybody has their own ideas. I just wanted to get in here really for myself and just talk about making it obvious, right? That where'd my cheat sheet go? Oh, making it obvious. That goes right here on my monitor. And so, I put it out there and but I'm sharing sparingly, but it's just when you have a plan, it's so much easier to stick with the plan, guys. Let me tell you, I would not have been able to get this book completed if I was just all over the place. And actually, I take that back because my book should have been done this summer. I was on top of it, and then I got lazy, and then and then I didn't have my top 3 things to do each day. I slacked on that, and so I was not able to get my book done this past summer because I wanted to have it ready for when school started. And so now I really I can honestly speak to the power of using Atomic Habits. Okay. So there you go. Any homeschool questions, any curriculum questions, anything you want to share about your homeschool this past year, any reflections? Y'all are afraid to come on here and talk. I didn't go and bite. Next year, right? Next year. You know what? I think I'll do something where I'll reach out to you guys privately, individually, and then there could be 3 of us on instead of just me and then you, where you might feel kind of, intimidated. There could be like, 3 of us, like this kind of format. Oh, it's not showing me this format. Oh, I have to do press shift 4. Oh, that didn't work. What's wrong? Oh, anyway, I was trying to show different screen layouts so you can just see where it's just you know, a number of us just talking, right? And since we're going into the second semester, oh, y'all going into the second semester of homeschooling, uh, all the curriculum catalogs are going to be coming out. Rainbow Resource and I think there's Christian bookstore. I think they put a catalog out. I don't even think I get one. But anyway, now you're looking at maybe signing up for online classes right now, or for the summer, or for the fall. You're looking at what are you going to do for next year, especially if you're going through a transition. If your child's going to third grade or middle school or high school, those are transitional periods where there's going to be a lot of changes. So, maybe you're receiving a diagnosis, or maybe there's some issues that you're coming to terms with because you saw from the fall semester, okay, we need to look at what's going on with this child or something like that. So bring those questions. Like my middle child, he had an IEP and he had some learning disabilities, and he's cleared them all and he's doing very well. But it was a lot of work and a lot of advocating and staying on the necks of administrators. Even if you homeschool, you can get services from your school district, or if you're with a charter or an umbrella school, you're still entitled to services. So, and I know how to make them accountable so they don't have low expectations, because they are automatically going to have low expectations. I can look at an IEP and I can tell you everything that's wrong with it and how to turn it around and put in clear objectives and goals so your child can succeed, not just he's just gonna barely make it so we can graduate and pass him along. No, we don't do that. We don't do that around here. But I've advocated for so many people. I've looked at so many of these IEPs, 504s, and I've written so many. I have lots of templates of letters to send, from the nice parent one to the this ain't my first rodeo here, but I know it's yours. So this is what we're going to do. Dealing with teachers, whether they're in a co-op, a classroom, wherever, and using the right script to get them on your child's side, and then teaching your child how to advocate for himself, right? So especially if your child is nonverbal, which mine was back in the day. It's a lot of role playing over and over and over and over and over again. And let me tell you, all the things that I did back with my son when they did discrete trial training for autism back in the early the mid 2000s to now, which they don't do it anymore. They stopped doing that. Oh no, that's really bad. Don't do that. There's merit to some of the things that are done. The intentions were foul back then. But so yeah, I can talk about all of that if you guys have questions about that. Let me see. Shelby says, I watched your videos and recently purchased writing and rhetoric to try out. Would love to jump on sometime. Although it's oh, that's right, you are in the UK, so usually for me here. So what are you guys like? I'm on the West Coast. Are you 13 now? What time is it here? Oh, it's 3:30. I've been on for a minute. You know what? I'm going to so it's 11, so it's nighttime for you. Actually, and I'll put a poll up because I can reliably go live like really every day, 6 o'clock in the morning, my time, maybe even 7 o'clock. But then all my kids are rushing to get ready for school, and they always ask me at least one or two things. I don't want to be disturbed, but at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I'm golden. That's West Coast time, where I can get on and answer questions or go over reviews and things like that. But you're gonna love it, Shelby, because for the which book did you get for writing and rhetoric? Book 1, book 2, 3, 4? Um I the book 2 will be dropping this week, and book 3 probably late this week or next week. I'm not sure, just because I'm taking off tomorrow and the next day, and then I'm going out of town for 2 days for my son's his bowl game, and he's missing school for that. So just all of that, getting ready to go out of town and stuff. So I'll definitely have the book two, which is narrative one. That will be out. That's already edited. That will be out this week, and then book three, if not the following weekend, then definitely next week. And I'll just have a slew of boom, 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 boom. Yes, hold on. My son he's requesting something. Why did he send it to me? Okay, how do I say yes to this? Oh, here we go. Approve. Oh, we still have to sign in. Hold on. I changed my password. Is this the new one? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, no, incorrect. Okay, I think I know what it is. And 15. Nope, that's not it. Okay, hold on. I hope y'all can't see me typing in my password. All right. It went through. Okay, I remember my password. Okay, I purchased the first two. So we'll start the first one in the new year. Oh, good. Okay, so you probably watched my book on my video on book one, which is Fable, which I love. So I have a review on it, and then I have another video on how I use it. For book two, I just have the review, and then will do the flip through. I haven't done the flip through on that one yet. Well, I did, but I just realized, and y'all don't judge me on the video I put out, because I use my webcam to kind of like do top down aerials. And for some reason with the webcam, it turns yellow. It makes everything yellow. So I want to re-record that. But I have a document camera I'm going to pull out to do the flip through. So just get through the yellow tinge of the review, but that's the only video where that happens. But so I'll have the flip through, and then I'll have a live, and then you can always come in and ask me about that. I'll have the books here until I get rid of them, and then I can pull them out with you, and we can go. I'm like, hey, okay, what lesson you have problems with, or what lessons do you want some information on? This is how I chopped it up, and then we can go from there. But yeah, I'll put a poll up, because I know we have people in the UK. We have a couple in Africa. I don't know if we have any in South America. That I don't know. But I want everyone to be able to have access to me. So we'll play around with that. Any other questions before we get out of here? Oh, and y'all, trust and believe. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Friday night lives for Friday, but I want to go back to hot topics. And I already have 2 ret to go that I want to talk about. So and some of it is homeschooling, and then the other one is homeschool adjacent. Okay, because I find that you guys seem to like sometimes you like a break from the homeschooling stuff, but you still like to have the homeschool faces that you see usually around. I don't know. Or maybe you just like a different topic, but just told from someone who is a homeschooler. I don't know. But I do know for writing and rhetoric, I haven't done it yet, but I am going to have a huge mega writing comparison series of videos. And the first one will be writing and rhetoric versus IEW. That's going to be a good one. So we have lots of fun things to look forward to in 2024. All right, I'm going to get out of here. If there are no more questions, thank you guys for showing up. I know it was a Saturday and a different time. I actually have somewhere to go tonight. And then my son, he woke up this morning, he has football practice, and he's, oh, Mom, my throat and my mucus and my head. I'm like, really? A trifecta? So it never ends. And he was whining about stuff as I was trying to get the studio set up to come on. So anyway, I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for rocking with me. I know I've been all over the place for the past year, but now that I have this first book monkey off my back, I feel I can really breathe. and I can sit down and edit and film videos with film and edit without feeling guilty that I didn't get my 5,000 words in today because my son, who looked at my vision board, was like, Mom, you got to follow this book. And that's why this is, I have a picture of this on my vision board where I do 5,000 words per hour. And so my kids want to know, Mom, we want to see it. They want to grade me. Like, I love this. If you guys are ever interested in writing, I love these books by Chris Fox. It's a series. He's got more in it, but these have really been helping me out a lot. All right, so peoples, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys next week. And Happy New Year. I wish you all the best and be safe. And y'all come on back now, you hear? Because that's Dolly Parton talking. Y'all, look, don't be surprised if oh yeah, thank you for the heart. Whoever just gave me a heart, put some love and respect on my name. So if you would please be so kind to give me a like or a heart to let me know that you do find some value in this. It makes it easy for me to do these hour and a half videos for you. But what was I saying? Yeah, so now remember I said I am reinventing myself. So when I come on here and my hair is looking like this, or I got feathers on around my neck or whatever, just be like, that's just Niki, y'all. All right, guys. Thank you for the likes, the love, and I will see you guys next week. Be good. And hi, Nyla and Sherry. Happy New Year. I love your mega planner. Oh, snap. Hold on. Let me make y'all. Okay, because I've been so okay, because I was like putting my foot in my mouth with this book stuff. So I was making a lot of mistakes, but I'm not gonna make it for the next book. I have updated the mega planner. Let me show you. Let's see. Oh, I gotta pull it from here. That's okay. I'm gonna pull it. I don't know why I put it way at the bottom. Oh no, I didn't. I'm lying. All right. I don't really promote this. It's always in the description box, but I don't promote it. Thank you for reminding me, Sherry Meta. And thank you, Nala, for your heart. Thank you. The beach will be closed. Yeah, we had some crazy waves over here off the coast of California. All right, so okay, it's green here, so the green screen is going to act kind of funny, but I don't publicize this a lot, but it's free, and this is I made this years ago when I was that homeschool life. Now I'm homeschool knockouts, but anyway, I redid this. I updated it, and I added a couple of things. I mean, I just have, I was so into color back then, if y'all can't tell. But I might just have a flip through. But this is free. And I have over 60 pages. It's so much stuff, y'all. And then I give you, hold on, I'll give you examples of how to fill some of this stuff out. All created by me on Adobe PowerPoint, if you can believe that. PowerPoint. But I show you how you can fill well, let's do an impromptu flip through. So let me show you what it looks like without the sample. All right. All right. So your daily lesson schedule for Monday, right? You got your subject, your materials needed. Did it get done? The most important question, right? All right. And then I show you examples of how to fill that out. You want to take a look at that? And then I did not forget y'all, because I know I owe you a freebie, which is that block schedule. I think I put the link up. I think the link is in the description box. Let me see. But I show you here just how you can let me look on my phone real quick. Okay, block schedule. Yeah, I do have it up there, guys. I have the block schedule up there. The mega homeschool planner, and then a family meeting agenda. See, sometimes I forget why I do stuff. Okay, I have the family meeting agenda, and I have a copy of that because we're talking about word of the week. I mean, word of the year. Hold on. I'm like, I gotta give them resources for that, right? I had pulled out so much stuff because I was so glad. I don't even know if y'all can hear me talking. Oh, I think it's on my printer. I printed out a new one because it was all color. I don't feel like getting it though. Okay, so so the family. Well, let me just pull it up. So with the family meeting agenda, that's a great place to start with how to come up with your word of the year if you want to involve your kiddos. I'm gonna pull that. Actually, I think I have a copy of it. A copy of it here. See, homeschool prep checklist. All right, so look, listen. So this is stuff that I have free somewhere all throughout the video, somewhere in the description box. This is a different version of the daily plan checklist. It's similar to the one I just showed you, that daily lesson plan. That's just another version of it, right? And then you don't need to look at that one. Oh, shoot, we should have talked about this. Can y'all see that? Let me see if I can add it and get rid of myself. Okay, so you know what? I might do a quick video on that. 21 days to create a habit. Now I kind of did that before I did Atomic Habits, but it still works just the same. What am I looking for? Responsible? No. What am I looking for, y'all? I forgot. Oh yeah, that was where I had my little book cover reveal. Oh, here we go. Family agenda. You know I'm over the place. So that's what that looks like. Let me kill this banner. Let me hide it. That's what that looks like. Hey, Katash. All right, I'm getting all my little seasoned subscribers in here. That's okay, honey. I'm so happy to see you. Let's see. Sherry says, I love all the colors. Oh, good. Because I'm like, people don't want to go through all their ink just because I get my ink free from HP. I just pay for the paper. But the ink, is free if you get that subscription. I wonder if they're an affiliate link. Because I want to make some. Okay, so one of my goals, okay, look. Okay, this is the time I'm gonna be all over the place. If y'all want to leave, then y'all go leave. But okay, hold on. I just forgot what I was gonna say. Money. Okay, remind me, money. All right, let me catch up with the comments. Wait, hold on. Let me move this banner. All right, so that's the family meeting. Okay, so Lord, I hate these progressive contact lenses. I can't even really see that. What did I say up here? Things I can't even read that. I can't even read that. I hate these contacts. I really just want to put my glasses on. All right. Sherry says, yeah, I've been using the same download from a few years ago. Would love to see if the week view shifts from Monday to Sunday to Sunday to Saturday. Okay, so hold on. Wait a minute. What are you saying? From Monday to Sunday. And that's for the week? Because I can easily make a change on that. Oh, I see. So I'll just take what Sherry is talking about. All right. Now this one is an old demo. The new ones have like the weeks on both sides, but this was just the first one I made, and I didn't print the weeks out properly. But so the week starts Monday, right? But some people like to start Sunday. So Sherry says from Monday to Sunday to Saturday. I can definitely do a Sunday to Saturday. As a matter of fact, I could make this editable and then you can just put the days in yourself. So let me make a note to make it. The only thing I don't like doing with the editable worksheets is that people come and they'll steal your work and they'll change it up. But I have no problem. Hold on, where's my sticky pad? Oh, here we go. All right. So Mega Planner update, because it's no color. And then change, what is that? Weekly lesson plans. Weekly lesson plans to Sunday to Saturday. Okay. So I have that note right here. I'm gonna put Sherry down here. So when I do it, Sherry, I'm gonna shout you out. Sherry with 2 R's. All right. So we got that. Yeah. So I don't it's always on some of these videos. Sometimes I don't put it up there, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm looking, sometimes you don't. All right. Any other questions before we get out of here? And I'm glad, thank you, Sherry. I'm glad that you've been using this for a few years ago. I feel bad because I definitely should have put an update out there. Let's see. The month view. Sorry for the confusion. Oh, for the month? Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. What is the month ones? Okay, so the month ones. Oh, yeah. I see. So if you look at month, we're in June. Let's go to December, my birthday month. All right. So we have Monday through Saturday. So where is Sunday? Oh, there it is. All right. So I'll change. Well, you know what? I'll just make an option for both weekly and monthly. And that's the kind of feedback that I like, because then I can say update, right? And then you guys can go and re-download. Let's see. Okay, so I got that. All right. Any other questions or requests? Okay, so let me share with you really quickly. I talked about money, right? Okay, so I'm doing fine in life, right? Life is good. But y'all, my heart was like, when I was looking at land in Texas, like my parents' house was like $80,000, $70,000. And it was a big house, big yard, cul-de-sac. I mean, if you wanted to be a teacher or fireman or an office worker and have a family, you could go to Texas and do that. Not in California. Well, barely back in the 90s, but Texas was your bet. And now everybody from California, New York, has flooded my beloved state, and they've just driven up the prices. It's crazy. And the places I was looking at, I've been looking at for years, and I'm like, oh my God, I got kids who are get ready to go to college soon, and I got to make some money because I really feel this urgency to get land, and I do, like if my oldest one, if he gets a scholarship, I'm like, boom, baby, I'm that college money. You're good. I'm taking that. I'm going to buy land because I aggressively invested well. So his college is good. It's taken care of. If he doesn't get a scholarship, I'm like, bro, you can get that money. We don't, So I'm planning on he gotta pay. That means I gotta pay. So I'm not gonna touch that kitty. And then so anyway, because I just want to buy cash and then hey. Oh yeah, I'll do the grilled chicken. Yeah. And get 30 because I know Colin's gonna want to share. Oh, he's in the car? Oh yeah, you heard me. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so sorry, it's my husband. So he interrupted my train of thought. No, so the money. So I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm like, okay, so next year. Now, I never really set a money goal because I'm fine, I'm straight. I do make a little bit of money from. I do have a business, but I haven't. I've just been with the homeschooling and the book, and so now my mindset is changing. Right, part of my Phoenix. So next year, I'm like, okay, let me have this monetary goal of what I want to make. Number one, because I just want to go and just buy some land. Like I need some water on it. I need at least 5 acres, preferably 10, because I want to have at least an acre for each child in case they're like, Mom, we want to get off grid, we want to get away from civilization, and they want to just like eventually want to build a house, but they can like put like a modular house down, in the meantime. So I'm just thinking ahead like that. And every couple months the prices are just like doubling. So I'm like, this is crazy. So I say, you know what? Let's make a goal to take this homeschooling and the writing to the next level. And part of that is making curriculum. And I have a master's in curriculum design and course development. So I'm like, girl, if you don't get up here and use this master's degree that you have. So that's one of the things that I've been working on, but very slowly because I have a lot of little different things going on. But I started with writing a writing curriculum because that's what I feel I'm best at, and I know uh, what a well structured program looks like. And my only problem is like my book. I just want to put in so much information because I just want you guys to know everything, and so I need to learn how to spoon feed. So that's where that is. But anyway, so I'll be having, and I'm not going to be spamming y'all, but I'm going to have a lot of opportunities for you guys to sample some of the creations that I make. And I would love to get your feedback off of that, but I'm definitely starting with a writing curriculum and a reading curriculum. And or like not reading like reading, but like how to read, how to teach reading, right? So that will be fun. So I'm excited about that. Any other questions? If there's anything you would like me to make, doesn't mean I'm going to make it, but I might take it into consideration. If there is, maybe you saw some worksheets on TPT and you thought they were way too expensive, I can recreate anything. Let me know, put it in the comment section, down below. And yeah, and if I got time, I'll do it. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. My husband's bringing home some food. And I will see you guys next week. Happy New Year. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys. And I will see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.